Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
The youth population was projected to increase by over 78 million from 2021 to 2030, with low-income countries contributing to nearly half of this growth. It is essential for education and training systems to adapt to this challenge. High-quality apprenticeships, carefully planned internships, and volunteering programs can serve as valuable entry points into the job market for first-time job seekers and recent graduates. Jean Mary Tjiohimba, who is from the Khwe community of South Africa, talks to us about the successes and struggles of the youth in her community.
My name is Jean Mary Tjiohimba, and I belong to the Khwe and San tribes of South Africa, specifically from the Khwe community, and I am Khwe. I'm the founder of the San Vision Foundation. It is a youth-led organization that is based in the community, and we speak for youth, quality education, women empowerment, and community development. Our communities are faced with many social challenges, and I think that's the basis of starting the organization and specifically looking at the youth. There are challenges that are unique to young people, and that's what we wanted to address and advocate for. And we are mainly focused on educational programs, skills development. So we link young people from our communities with skills development trainings and short courses for them to also acquire some skills that they need. And also part of our work is to also advocate for women empowerment. When you look at the community, women are basically the most vulnerable because they don't have the greatest share of opportunities compared to their male counterparts. So we want to speak for women, young people, and to advocate for quality education, to motivate young people to strive and to work at bettering themselves. In terms of the skills that I have, I think the greatest skill one can have is, I don't know if it's a skill, but I believe that your voice is the strongest tool that you have. And I think I'm fortunate enough to be able to be presented with opportunities where I'm able to speak as a voice from my community, representing, which is a direct representation for my community. I do have formal education, and I always strive to really sharpen my skills and to get more education, provided that I also have opportunity for funding. So I'm always looking out for learning opportunities and aligning what I do with the community work in terms of formal education that I need. So I'm always sharpening whatever skill that I have, and I'm also fortunate enough to have opportunities where I've been involved in several indigenous processes to strengthen myself as an advocate for my community. So I've been part of the climate process. I've been part of the women, and then I've been part of also the indigenous people's rights trainings. And from those, I've gathered some skills where I'm able to draw up like a formal intervention. For instance, similar to one that I presented just recently at the UN headquarters with the permanent forum on the indigenous people's issues. So I look out for opportunities to sharpen and align skills that I need to take the work forward and to strengthen myself as a community advocate, a young youth leader, and a voice for women from my community.
With over 40% of the world's population under the age of 25, there are currently about 1.2 billion young people in the world. Youth are a global asset, and investing in youth and safeguarding their interests is critical for both social and economic stability. Jean Mary tells us about some of the challenges faced by the youth in her community.
Main problems with the youth in my community, I would say, would be the lack of opportunities for growth, opportunities with employment, skills development programs, and lack of adequate exposure of young people to the broader society, the broader community, to make linkages and see how they can fit in and grow as individuals and contribute in society as a whole. And that is because opportunities are very scarce. Young people are now starting to lose motivation, and motivation drives a person to become a better version of themselves and to become a strong version of themselves. So it is slowly eating away at the willpower and motivation for young people to really stand up and to go for things and to make it count. Because if there aren't any opportunities, then what did you do? And that's why we see a lot of issues in and around the community, where you see an increase in alcohol abuse, maybe teenage pregnancy. Such things are directly linked to how the environment presents the balance between what you get out of your environment and what you can put in. So that, I think, if there are more opportunities and more exposure and growth, then we'd be far. I'm not an expert in anything yet. I could become one day if I study hard enough. But I think we need to start providing solution-based initiatives for young people, for youth, through vocational trainings and skills development trainings, and also to have interventions that motivate young people, that constantly motivate young people, young children at school level. And I will say exposure, more exposure and exposure. For instance, take young people's maybe grade 11s and have a career or a school excursion that would take them and introduce them to higher education, places of work, and everything else that we are not able to have access to, because once you're in a community that is far placed and with less resources, then you're just presented with what you can see. And I think if you are able to see the bigger picture and to be able to get out of the box and to see and to also connect with other young people your age and see how motivated they are and what they're doing and how they're thinking. And I think it will make a lot of change, even if it's a change for 1, 2, 3 young children. It's a start, and then the others will then look up and model that, and before we know it, we can have a very skilled, concentrated base of young people coming out of from our communities. My message to young people is believe in yourself and work hard when the opportunity presents itself.
For more on the rights of Indigenous peoples, visit cs.org and follow Cultural Survival on Facebook and Twitter.